Ezra Miller is an absolutely insane individual, and Warner Brothers is desperate to stop the backlash and to bury the bad PR that he's caused over the past few weeks. After he's gone on a little rampage on a small town in Hawaii, 10 times the police were called about Ezra Miller in this town, which resulted in his arrest due to a drunken disorderly at a bar where he wrestled a microphone away from a woman and lunged at another man, and ultimately resulted in a restraining order after he threatened to kill 2 people. Ezra Miller not only plays the Flash in the DCEU in his upcoming solo movie, but also he plays a role in the Fantastic Beasts series, the 3rd movie, which is going to be releasing very, very soon, within the next week. And Warner Brothers doesn't want to hear about this anymore. So much so that this report came out yesterday. Ezra Miller arrest prompts emergency Warner Brothers meeting about the star's future. An insider says Miller has had frequent meltdowns during production last year on The Flash and described the actor as losing it. And in fact, this led to reports that they're pausing all future projects with him, which made a lot of people question, what does that mean? Does that mean things that you've filmed but are still in post-production, like the Flash movie, which is supposed to be a huge tentpole thing for DC within the next year? Or does this mean things after that, things that you haven't filmed yet, whether that's the rest of the DCEU, whether that's the rest of the Fantastic Beasts franchise? And now Warner Brothers is actually coming out and saying, no, there's no such meeting happened. There's no concern about Ezra Miller. I'm sure they're doing everything they can to let people know they aren't concerned about Ezra Miller, considering he's in a movie that is releasing next week. They desperately want this to stop. Just a reminder about what happened and what came out yesterday. According to Rolling Stone, Warner Brothers and DC executives held an emergency meeting on March 30th to discuss Miller's future with the studio. While a decision doesn't seem to have been formalized, sources say the consensus is to hit pause on any future projects involving Miller, including possible appearances in the DC cinematic universe. But that was all until today, when a mystery source started reaching out to not only IGN and Rolling Stone and IndieWire and all these different publications and saying the same exact thing. A source with the studio has rebuked the original report from Rolling Stone, telling IGN that no such emergency meeting took place and dismissing the claims as exaggeration. Go to IndieWire, same exact thing. A source tells IndieWire, however, that no such meeting took place. But another insider noted to Rolling Stone that Miller had frequent meltdowns during The Flash. He was losing it on set, saying Ezra would get a thought in his head and say, I don't know what I'm doing. Ezra Miller is nuts. Just look at the way that this person dresses. Look at the fact that they've suddenly changed to non-binary. Look at the death threats they've put out on Instagram before. Ezra Miller is a nut job. There is no denying that. So much so that a lot of DC fans are calling for Ezra Miller to be recast and replaced by someone who's very familiar to them. Fans demand the Flash actor Grant Gustin replace embattled Ezra Miller. Now, I was never a fan of the Ezra Miller casting to begin with. I will say I thought in Zack Snyder's Justice League he was a much better and different character, but I still don't think he's the right type of character to play Barry Allen. I really don't. I think Grant Gustin is better than Ezra Miller in terms of that. Still maybe not specifically comic book accurate, but I think better represents what Barry Allen should be, at least in earlier seasons of The Flash, not so much the later seasons where he's basically just a cuck. Fans are moving fast as the speed of lightning to call the Flash star Grant Gustin to replace embattled Ezra Miller in the upcoming Warner Brothers film adaptation of the DC superhero. There's no way that happens. Like, they filmed that entire movie. There's no way they replace him. Miller, who identifies as non-binary and uses they-them pronouns, has caught fire from Warner Brothers, of course. Gustin, 32, has portrayed Barry Allen the Flash on the CW series since 2014. The show is recently renewed for a 9th season. That is crazy. Fans dashed to social media to call for Gustin to become the next big screen Barry Allen. Grant Gustin to Ezra Miller and the Flash movie right there. One of the most famous memes that Grant Gustin is involved in. Probably a good time to mention this. Grant Gustin would have been a much better DCEU Flash. I don't necessarily disagree. Ezra Miller should not play the Flash again or act at all until he gets the help they clearly need. Warner Brothers needs to find a new Flash and fast, because I'm genuinely concerned for Ezra Miller's state of mind. Give the role to Grant Gustin. God, that man is so good. He deserves better than a show with a $5 budget, someone joked. Enough is enough. They should recast Ezra Miller with Grant Gustin. I think it's too late for that for the Flash movie. I don't know what Warner Brothers is going to do. Like, they can't cancel that movie with Michael Keaton involved, with Ben Affleck involved. They can't just stop it. So maybe they're just going to separate from Ezra Miller after that. Maybe they do some reshoots with that to kind of maybe kill off. I don't know. I don't know what their plan is. And honestly, I don't think that they know either. All I know is they're desperately trying to stop the bad PR and the backlash from happening, especially with everything they already have going on with Fantastic Beasts series, with that franchise. Obviously, Johnny Depp fans and people that just aren't big fans of cancel culture are very mad about what they did with the recasting of Johnny Depp, that Warner Brothers decided to let go of Johnny Depp, yet keep Amber Heard. And obviously, they've stood by Ezra Miller through a lot of things too. This is a disaster for them, so it's no wonder that they're doing everything they can to try to minimize it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.